This is Justin Case of America Newscape, joining our new friends Mike Farrell and Jacob Horn. Mike and Jake join us today to share a glimpse at their new children's book, Lily and Timmy's super awesome, incredible COVID-19 birthday adventure. Hello, Mike. Hello, Jake. Welcome to America Newscape.
Hi, Justin. How you doing?
Things are reasonably well.
That's good. That's good.
Getting to it, please share an overview of your creative backgrounds.
Jake, why don't you get us kicked off?
So I have worked in the film industry in Los Angeles for about 15 years. Mike and I met about 6 years ago. I was working at a tea place in Westwood, and Mike and I immediately started it was very clear within seconds that we were very similar, especially with our type of humor. And then we just started going after all kinds of things creative. We started doing commercials. We did TV pilot. We did some basketball conventions for Nike. We always, there was never like a certain thing that we were like, oh yeah, we'll just write films or we'll just write TV. It was like, we were kind of just all over the place creatively together. And we had always talked about doing books together, but it never really came up. I was off doing stuff. Mike was off doing stuff. I worked on Once Upon a Time in Hollywood in 2018, running the stunt department. I was the stunt department manager. So it was always seemed like other jobs were coming up, and then of course we had nothing but time for the last 2.5 months. And initially we were talking about doing a book for parents, for our friends, like a dark humor type of book that is very much our style. And as we started writing, we kind of both realized, we looked down and we said, clearly we're making this story about the kids, about the children. I mean, I would say that we were probably writing about ourselves at 6 or 7 years old and trying to understand what the heck was going on. You know, 7-year-olds aren't going to know what the heck's going on with lockdown and quarantine and coronavirus. But yeah, we kind of looked down and we were like, dude, I think we're writing a children's book. And we very easily switched over, and within a day, we had written the whole book.
Wow. And
yeah.
You know, you touch on children not knowing what's going on. That kind of applies to all of us, doesn't it?
Dude, absolutely.
I had very little knowledge of life before the virus, and now I barely know what I'm doing. I can barely get my hair right. I can barely get my hair right for this interview.
Okay, Mike, what are other projects you and Jake have worked on together? You touched on the movie, and
Mike, I would love it if you were wearing pajamas right now.
He is.
I almost wore sweatpants to this interview, but why does it matter that I was thinking about what I was wearing underneath? I'm like, oh, I should wear my gray short to match my gray T-shirt.
Yeah. There you go.
Looks like I'll go. Anyway, so other projects that we worked on. So I think the very first thing that we worked on, Jake was working on a baseball movie script, and I was just kind of giving Jake some feedback on the movie script. And when Jake was working at the tea house, I would just come in and we would just be rifling baseball movie ideas back and forth and trying to figure out how to peg down this baseball market, because baseball movies are super challenging. So Jake fleshed that out pretty well, and then we just kind of moved on to a different project. It wasn't the right timing for that project. I think that we were trying to figure out the timing to shoot that one for a while. And then I think that the one thing that we're not great at is always sticking to something because we've got so many ideas. But I think that was probably the first thing that we worked on. And then we also worked on, I think the next thing was probably a Doritos commercial that we shot. And we did that for the Super Bowl challenge. And we shot a killer Doritos commercial about this zombie, like very much like Walking Dead. This is when Walking Dead was like super popular, like season 2 or 3. So we shot this commercial where it was like this post-apocalyptic scene where you've got like the car hood and the car hood is smoking and there's garbage everywhere. And we just pick up in this alleyway and I'm just running and I take this corner super sharp and you see this zombie behind me. I fall down, the zombie's towering over me and I don't know what to do. And so what I do is I see a bag of Doritos and I throw a Doritos chip in his mouth and he eats it. And it immediately changes him from this terrifying zombie to the happiest, friendly zombie in the world. And then we do this montage of me and the zombie almost on this like friend date where we're riding bikes, we're on swing set, where I'm giving him a birthday present. And we shot a killer commercial. We thought we would do pretty well, but for those Doritos commercials, they always go with the same thing. It's always like, is there a baby? Is there a puppy? Yeah. Like you have to appeal to like 5 or 6 different things, and unfortunately, Doritos didn't like our zany style of humor.
Does this footage
it's
still
never,
exist?
Is there a zombie? It's never that. God, Doritos.
Oh, it exists, Justin. We can send you the video.
Well, I'd love that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure the audience would enjoy seeing it. I'll tag it on to the end of this interview.
Oh man, we finally have an audience.
Hey, Doritos, despite those.
Oh, they made it.
So you guys, you came up for the idea of the book because of the times that we find ourselves in. And how has this book been received? I mean, it certainly got my attention.
I mean, the reception has been really, really positive. Of course, except for every 5 minutes we go onto Amazon and look to see if there's a new review, and one person gave us 4 out of 5 stars, and I was like, who is I immediately go to this, I'm like, who is this person? Let's track this person down. Let's find them.
He becomes like John Wick. He goes into his gun case and all the guns are lit up and he just starts hacking armory, just looking for the 4-star reviewer out there in the world.
Of course, I'm wearing a black suit. I gotta look good when I'm packing my guns. But
ninja gunslinger.
Ninja gunslinger, exactly.
So it has been received very well, and
it seems like it's been received really, really positively. Yeah, I mean, in the beginning, we were just kind of sending it out to a group of our friends so we could kind of get some feedback. And I mean, it's when you're sending it to your friend, I think subconsciously you're like, I'll send it to my friends, and of course they're going to give me positive feedback because they're my friend. But you could tell that these receptions that we were getting back, they were honest. I was like, I really think we got something here. Mike was saying the same thing. It's like we did it just because it was a fun idea, because we wanted to give people kind of a little half-hour, 45-minute escape to get with their family and read a book and share some laughs together with everything that's going on in the present day. But the feedback was really positive and it felt really honest, and we kind of looked at each other and we're like, we looked at each other on FaceTime, and we were both like, we really think we got something here. So,
well, that's
cool. The way that I knew that we made it, I called Jake and I said, yeah, Jake, my dad likes this.
Oh my God. Yeah, dude. That was everything.
I said, hey, Jake, my dad said that we're going to be millionaires, and you know how he's received some of our other ideas, so who knows?
Well, to be fair, Mike, your dad was the original Mikey in the Life commercials, correct?
He could have been. He's also a Mike. So you would know this, Justin. My name is Mike Farrell. My dad's name, he has the same name, and that is the same as the show MASH. So
okay.
I don't know if you used to watch that at all, but that was back then when my dad was in school. I think that he did like a school play, and they had a play of the show MASH, and they used his name to sell tickets. So this is a long time coming.
That's genius. Yeah, and, you know, that's what when we got done exterminating the buffalo from the Great Plains, we would come in and watch MASH.
Oh wow!
Yeah, exactly. And to also date myself, I love this question because it shows how old I am. It looks like you're number one, and to clarify, that would be number one with a bullet in the new release in multiple categories on Amazon. How does that feel for you? And can you actually dance to it?
Can we dance to it?
Yeah.
We can.
See, you could tell. You could tell. You could tell they never saw American Bandstand.
I'm sorry. We have no American Bandstand background. I apologize, Justin. I apologize. I'm really sorry.
So the number one categories and how we're feeling about that.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, the first time I saw it, not gonna lie, I thought it was a mistake.
Yeah.
I saw it. I was like, I'm clearly looking at the wrong book or something like this. Can't be that. But no, we're number one in a few categories, including children's sleep books, which it feels really, really good. And again, I was actually this morning, took my dog for a walk and then went and saw a little group of friends. I probably shouldn't say that because we're not allowed to see each other or within 6 feet, but we were within 6 feet of each other having a conversation. Yeah. But I had brought that up because one of my friends had seen that. He said, dude, you're number one in children's sleep books. And I was like, yeah, it just kind of hasn't really processed, I guess, yet, or I don't know what it means really or how to take it. But again, it goes back to, it feels like we're doing something the right way. It feels very good. It feels very natural too between Mike and I. But yeah, it just, and that's the thing. We weren't writing this book to sell 1 million copies. We weren't writing this book to be number one. But, you know, when you look and you see that stuff, that feels really good. That feels really good that we are number one in a few categories, and we're only a week into this book even being launched. So, yeah, it feels really good, Justin.
Well, you know, in reality, you can't be better than number one.
You can't be better than number one. Actually, I'm waiting for us to go onto Amazon and it says infinity in children's books. And I'll be like, okay, we've beat number one. We're infinity now.
Roll over Hemingway, right?
Yeah,
Roll
seriously.
Suck it.
Well, so Justin, I think
Suck it,
we're number one in a couple of subcategories. We would like to be number one in overall children's ebooks, and we're actually working on a hardcover right now, or a hard copy, not a hardcover. So we're trying to make that available. So yeah, your viewers right now, they can see this. It's pretty easy to get the book. They just have to download the Kindle app if they don't have a Kindle, and then they just hop onto their PC or their laptop, and they can buy the book off of Amazon, and then the book will automatically sync to their device of their choice.
No.
So,
dude, that's what people need to understand too, is that I had so many friends that called me and said, oh, I would love to read it, but I don't have Kindle. And everybody thinks that getting the Kindle app is a purchase. The Kindle app is not a purchase. It's free. So it's a simple download of the Kindle app, and then you can just grab the book just like that.
Well, cool. I assume everybody enjoys it, but do you feel that parents enjoy it more than kids, or kids enjoy it more than parents, or?
I mean, Mike, you want to take it?
Yeah, I think that I think it's 50-50. I think that a lot of parents are just digging it. One of my friends, Brett, he shot me a text. He's like, dude, I'm so glad that you wrote this book because I can't stand kids' books, and I have to read them anyway because I think he's got 3 or 4 kids. But with this book, he loves it. He said at this point, his kids want to read it every single night. They've read it the last 3 to 4 nights in a row. And Jake, I haven't told you this, but his kids and his family, they almost have the book memorized. So when they're reading through, they've got like all because the book really plays to those patterns that children like while incorporating the adult Pixar type humor that adults like. So it's the best of both worlds. The way that we liken it is, this is a mixture between a children's book and a family sitcom in a book format. And that's what's so beautiful about it.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it has. I was going to say the same thing. It's got that feeling of Pixar. It's got dude, I thought about it the other day too. It's got that feeling of, did you ever watch episodes of SpongeBob SquarePants?
No.
Yeah.
Like that's a cartoon on Nickelodeon, and I remember years ago I started just randomly watching it. There were jokes that no child could ever understand. They were making jokes that like relate into the 60s and 1970s. I was like, there's no possible way that a child knows this reference, and that's kind of the feeling of this book, that especially like a lot of friends who've written back to me said there are so many little jokes placed out between these pages that are made for parents. They're made for adults, and that's what we wanted. We want the illustrations and a lot of the story that children understand it and can laugh and get it. But you got to have little jokes for the parents. You got to give them an escape, especially if they're going to have to end up reading this book to their child 20 times, you know?
Well, it's something that a grandparent could enjoy reading to their grandchild, I assume.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think that anybody would love this book. We've got moms. We had a friend of ours in New York who has a popular mom blog post about it, and I sent her the book before she decided to post because she likes to get behind everything that she does. And she read it and she said, my son and I could not stop laughing the whole time. So I think it's great that not only are we getting the dads that probably have our immature sense of humor, but we're also getting these moms who was really who the book was targeted for, because probably more moms read to their children than dads. I mean, let's face it. Yeah. So the key market was obviously children, probably 4 to 8 years old, and then moms, and then dads. And the fact that kids can't stop reading it, moms are digging it. We've got multiple mom bloggers hitting us up saying, hey, we can't put it down. And then also the dads, they're saying, hey, we're finally participating in story time.
And enjoying it, right?
Enjoying it. Hey, we're spending time with our kids. Can you believe that?
Oh, jeez. Okay. When this all came about, was a children's book your original intent, or did you consider any other audiences or formats?
No, I mean, originally, we were writing a book for us and our friends. We were writing a parents' dark humor type of book, but it's just as we started going with the story, with the outline of the story, we realized that very easily we were writing about the children and coming from their perspective, and within an hour or two of writing, we were like, okay, we're writing a children's book. That's what we're doing. So let's change the mindset and go after a children's book. And again, it was very easily. It was very easily. It was very easy.
Well, that's
Yeah.
Do you guys think you'll do another book, or perhaps we'll have a chance to see the characters Lily and Timmy again sometime? I mean, selfishly, we want you to do that because we want you to come back and help keep us in our proper places. But what, in reality, what's your dream scenario for this book?
We would love to turn this into a series. Originally, we wanted to write a book every 3 weeks, and Jake said that's ambitious. So whenever he says that, I put that idea in my back pocket. I say, okay, Jake. Then I thought, okay, well, maybe we can do once a month. But just what people don't understand is that as independent authors, if you invest the money in a high quality product, yes, that increases the odds that people buy, but you're also spending a lot more money. So our break even point, like we're still not quite at break even. So our hope is to get to the point where we're at least making enough money to write the next book. And I think that at this juncture, my original goal of like once every month, like it's probably going to have to change to maybe once every quarter for like maybe the first two to three books. And then our big absolute goal would be to get this onto a streaming platform as a TV show, say like a Disney Plus or a Nickelodeon or something like that. And we've got some connections there. So provided the book is successful and we can get a little bit of an audience going, we've got some great actors in mind to voice these characters. And we think that the character that we've created, this dad character, who is absolutely all of the pandemonium of the coronavirus balled up into one character, I think that we could get a multitude, 10, 20, 30 different big actors that would want to voice that character, because that character is just so zany, and he's probably the largest source of comedic relief throughout the book.
Well, let me check my schedule. I may be available.
Yeah,
that's actually why we accepted this interview. We wanted to ask you if you wanted to play the dad.
Hey, Jake, send over the contract. Send it over while he's ready to sign.
And everybody, that's why I enjoy these guys, because they care enough about me to lie to me, and they sincerely lie to me, which you have to appreciate that. But
yeah,
hey,
true friendship right there, Justin.
There you go. Now something important.
Yeah.
How can we buy this book?
Jake?
So you can go on to Amazon, and again, you have to download the Kindle app, which you can do on any device, your phone, your iPad, your computer. You can do it on anything. It is a free download for the Kindle app, so you don't have to purchase anything. You do have to go on Amazon and purchase the book, but it's only $5.99 with the Kindle app. And we are talking about the possibility of a hard copy. That is off in the distance a little bit, but we are talking about possibly doing a hard copy. But as of now, just go onto Amazon, download the Kindle app, and you can read the book on your computer, on your phone. You have it right there instantly.
Well, I believe I'll be probably reading it tonight. So
you should read it. You were not our intended audience, but I think that you'll enjoy some parts. I actually love that idea of 40, 50, 60-year-old dudes like all cooped up in bed, just oh shit.
Yeah, and I can remember being 40 and 50. No, they're not laughing at the host, ladies and gentlemen. They're not laughing at me. They're laughing with me. No.
Laughing with you.
We're always laughing with you, Justin. We're always laughing with you.
Do you guys have any final thoughts for the people that stuck with us today?
If there's anybody left on the the whole one person that's left, yeah, go snag a copy. I mean, Justin, if they've stuck around with the three of us for this long, I mean, we should buy them a copy. I mean,
Exactly.
text them.
Well, yeah, they can read it on
Yeah.
their way to therapy, correct?
Exactly. Which, yeah.
That's true.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen. I hope you promise to come back, whether you have a project or not. We've enjoyed it.
Absolutely.
Hey, this has
No,
been
this has
Justin.
been great.
This has been Justin Case, Mike Farrell, and Jacob Horn, sharing a glimpse into Lily and Timmy's super awesome, incredible COVID-19 birthday adventure. Thanks for joining us. Please remember, additional information and links are provided in this video's Read More. Today is the day to subscribe to this channel, and please support authors everywhere.